Every morning when you open your eyes, life gives you a new invitation. It does not shout, it whispers. It says, here is another chance. Another chance to rise, to grow, to walk a little further on your path. The morning is not just the beginning of a day. It is the beginning of awareness. It is the moment when your mind is clear, your heart is open, and your spirit can decide how to move through the hours ahead. So before the world starts speaking to you, learn to speak to yourself first. The first thing to tell yourself every morning is, I am alive. Say it slowly, feel it deeply. You are breathing. The heart is beating. The lungs are working, and this very moment is a gift. So many forget this simple truth. They wake up already worried, already rushing, already tired. But when you begin your day by recognizing that life still flows within you, you begin with gratitude. Gratitude is not weakness, it is strength. It roots you in the present moment and fills your mind with calm energy. The second thing to tell yourself is, I am responsible for my energy. The world will test you, people will challenge you, events will happen beyond your control. But how you respond, how you carry your inner state, that is your power. If your mind is stormy, your actions will follow the storm. If your mind is still, your actions will carry clarity. Each morning, choose the energy you want to share with the world. Because everything you give out returns to you in one form or another. The third thing to say is, I move with purpose. Not every step will be perfect. Not every path will be clear, but movement itself is life. When you walk with purpose, even a slow step has meaning. Do not waste your mornings on hesitation. Do not wait for motivation to come from outside. Begin to act even in small ways, and the fire within you will awaken. Remember, you cannot think yourself into greatness. You must move yourself into it. Each morning, when the first light of day touches your face, something extraordinary happens. Life gives you another chance. You may not always notice it because the world moves fast, the mind wakes up heavy, and thoughts rush in like waves. But before all of that, there is a sacred pause, a breath between sleep and wakefulness, where you can remind yourself of the most powerful truth. Being alive is already a victory. So many people open their eyes and immediately think about what is missing, what is undone, or what might go wrong. But few stop to feel the quiet miracle of simply existing. The heart beats without command, the lungs draw in air without effort. And the body that carries you through this world is still here, still breathing, still willing to try again. To be alive means you have not been defeated by yesterday. Whatever pain you carried, whatever mistakes you made, you are still here to begin anew. Life does not ask you to be perfect when you wake up. It only asks you to be present. The moment you recognize that you are breathing, that life itself has chosen to continue through you, you start your day with power instead of pressure. It is not just a small thought. It is a shift in awareness. Gratitude in the first seconds of the morning builds strength in the mind. It calms the nervous system, steadies the emotions, and prepares you to face what the day will bring with a clear heart. Many people wait for big moments to feel grateful, a success, a gift, or a celebration. But the real wisdom lies in being grateful for what seems ordinary. The heartbeat, the sunrise, the air, the ability to move, to see, to think, these are miracles disguised as routine. When you see them for what they truly are, the morning becomes sacred. You begin to understand that life itself is the greatest opportunity, and not everyone receives it today. That awareness humbles you, and humility opens the door to peace. When you tell yourself, I am alive, you are not just acknowledging your existence. You are calling your spirit to awaken. You are reminding yourself that no matter what happened yesterday, you have another chance to live consciously. Every breath is a possibility, every moment is a choice, and every sunrise carries a silent promise there is still time. Time to forgive, Time to rebuild, time to grow. The simple act of recognizing life transforms fear into curiosity and worry into focus. The truth is, every morning could be your last, and yet you are here. You have been given more time, not by accident but by purpose. There are people who would give anything for another morning like this, for another breath, another glimpse of the sky, another chance to love or to be loved. So, do not treat this morning as ordinary. Honor it. Let it remind you that existence itself is a gift wrapped in silence, and when you unwrap it with awareness, you find peace. You may not have everything you want, but you have something much greater: the opportunity to keep going. When the mind begins to complain, softly return to the truth: I am alive. These words carry power because they reconnect you with the present moment. The present is where life actually happens, not in the regrets of yesterday or the worries of tomorrow. When you learn to live in that awareness, every breath becomes a blessing, and every morning becomes a rebirth. Even on difficult days, when your body feels heavy and your heart uncertain, the statement "I am alive" brings a quiet strength. It reminds you that as long as you breathe, you can change, heal, learn, and create. The sun rises not to remind you of what you lack, but to invite you to begin again. You can step into this day not as a prisoner of the past, but as a participant in a new possibility. That is the essence of being alive: movement, transformation, and awakening. So when you open your eyes tomorrow, before you touch your phone, before you think of work or worries, take a breath and speak gently to yourself: I am alive. Feel it in your chest, let it echo in your mind, and carry it with you. Because that simple realization will shape how you see everything else. Gratitude will guide your actions, calm will follow your thoughts, and peace will live quietly within you. And when you start your morning this way, no matter what the world brings, you will already have won the first battle of the day. Every morning, before the noise of the world begins, you have a sacred opportunity to set the tone for your day. The second truth to tell yourself is simple yet deeply powerful. I am responsible for my energy. It is not something outside of you that determines how the day will unfold. It begins within. The energy you choose in the morning becomes the foundation upon which every word, action, and emotion of the day will stand. Most people wake up and let the outer world dictate how they feel. A message, a memory, a piece of news, or a thought instantly shifts their mood. But true strength begins when you decide that your inner state will not be a reflection of the outer world. It will be your own creation. When you open your eyes, there is a moment of stillness before the thoughts of yesterday return. In that stillness lies your power. You can choose peace, or you can choose chaos. You can feed your mind with worries, or you can fill it with calm awareness. This choice is invisible, but it shapes everything visible in your life. If your inner world is unsettled, the smallest challenge outside will disturb you. But if your energy is stable, even the storm will seem like another kind of rhythm. The mind is like water. When it is calm, it reflects everything clearly. When it is disturbed, even the most beautiful view looks distorted. Being responsible for your energy means becoming aware of what you carry and what you release. Every morning is a reset. You cannot always control what happened yesterday, but you can control what you bring into today. Ask yourself quietly, what energy do I wish to live in? The energy of peace or the energy of reaction? The energy of creation or the energy of complaint? You have the freedom to decide, and that decision defines your day far more than circumstances ever could. There are mornings when you might wake up tired, burdened by thoughts, or weighed down by uncertainty. But responsibility for your energy does not mean forcing yourself to feel happy. It means observing your state with honesty and then choosing not to be consumed by it. It means taking ownership of your emotions instead of letting them own you. When anger arises, you do not have to express it in every direction. When sadness comes, you do not have to drown in it. Awareness is the first act of control. Once you are aware, you can shift. To carry good energy is not about pretending that everything is fine. It is about being mindful of how you react to what is not fine. The morning gives you that space to breathe, to align, to set intention. When you breathe deeply and say to yourself, I am responsible for my energy, you remind the mind that it is not a victim of the world. It is a participant, a creator. Every word you speak, every gesture you make, every look you give, all of it carries energy. And this energy either builds peace or adds noise. You are the source. There will be moments when people around you are restless, when the world feels heavy or unfair. In those moments, remember that your peace is not a luxury, it is your strength. If you lose it, you lose clarity. If you keep it, you become the calm in the middle of chaos. When others are shouting, your stillness becomes power. When others are rushing, your awareness becomes direction. This is the true meaning of being responsible for your energy. To be in control of what you transmit, no matter what you receive. It is easy to blame the day, the weather, or other people for your emotions. But every time you do, you give away your power. The more you learn to take ownership of your energy, the less reactive and more peaceful your life becomes. You will begin to notice that situations that once upset you now pass through you without disturbance. You will understand that control does not mean control over others. It means mastery over yourself. So, as each morning arrives, take a few silent moments before the day begins and set your energy with awareness. Speak gently to yourself, breathe deeply, and remember that you decide the quality of your inner world. The world outside may be uncertain, but within you there can always be calm. When you learn to protect and direct your own energy, you stop being tossed around by life and start moving through it with balance. And when your energy is right, your day will naturally follow in harmony. Every morning offers a silent question: will you move forward, or will you remain where you are? The third truth to tell yourself each morning is, I move with purpose. Movement itself is life. The universe moves. The breath moves. Even stillness has motion within it. To live without purpose is to drift like a leaf in the wind, carried by every passing current of emotion and circumstance. But when you decide that your actions, no matter how small, are guided by purpose, your days begin to take on meaning. You stop waiting for motivation to find you, and instead, you create it through movement. When you wake up, you stand at the doorway between thought and action. Many people stay in thought. They think about what they should do, what they could have done, or what they wish might happen. But thought without movement becomes heaviness. It fills the mind but changes nothing. Purpose is not built by thinking alone, it is built by stepping forward, by engaging, by doing. Even if the step is small, even if the direction is not completely clear, movement itself clears the fog. Action reveals the path in a way that thought never can. To move with purpose does not mean to rush or to fill your day with endless activity. It means to act with awareness. Every movement, every choice, every moment of effort can be infused with intention. When you brush your teeth, when you make your bed, when you walk out the door, these are not empty acts. They are opportunities to remind yourself that you are alive, focused, and moving forward. Purpose is not only found in great dreams but in small acts done with meaning. When you tell yourself, I move with purpose, you are reminding your mind to stop wandering into the noise of distractions. The world is full of things that pull you away. Messages, worries, comparisons, regrets. But purpose brings the mind back home. It gives direction to your thoughts and strength to your body. It turns the ordinary into something sacred. Without purpose, even success feels empty. With purpose, even struggle feels worthwhile. There will be days when your energy feels low, when progress feels invisible, and when nothing seems to move as you hoped. On those days, purpose becomes your anchor. You may not see results yet, but your direction still matters. The seed under the soil does not stop growing just because no one can see it. The same is true for you. Every small effort you make in alignment with your purpose is shaping you quietly, preparing you for moments that will one day make sense. Purpose gives your pain meaning. When you know why you are doing something, even the difficult days become part of your growth. Without purpose, discomfort feels like punishment. With purpose, it becomes training. Every challenge tests your resolve, sharpens your mind, and deepens your understanding of what you truly want. The person who moves with purpose does not fear obstacles. They see them as part of the path. There is a calm power in people who walk with direction. They do not move faster than others. They move differently. Their steps are steady because their mind is clear. They do not chase every opportunity or react to every emotion. They understand that their energy is sacred and that not everything deserves it. When you learn to move with purpose, your presence begins to speak louder than your words. People feel your focus, your calm, your certainty. That is the quiet strength that inspires others, not noise but clarity. To move with purpose each morning means to remind yourself that time is precious. You cannot get back this day, this sunrise, this breath. So how will you use it? Even if your goal seems far away, move toward it. Do one thing that aligns with who you want to become. Progress may be slow, but consistency creates transformation. Every sunrise offers a chance to begin again. Do not let it pass with hesitation. So, as you wake tomorrow, before thoughts of doubt or distraction take over, breathe deeply and say to yourself, I move with purpose. Let that sentence carry you through your actions, your words, and your thoughts. Because when you live with intention, every step, no matter how small, becomes part of something greater. Purpose turns movement into meaning, and meaning turns an ordinary day into a masterpiece of conscious living. Every morning when you awaken, you stand again at the beginning of a lesson. The fourth truth to remind yourself is, I am learning. Life is a long and patient teacher, and every moment, pleasant or painful, carries a lesson meant only for you. When you see each day as part of your training, you begin to treat every experience with awareness instead of resistance. The mind that believes it already knows everything becomes closed and heavy, but the mind that accepts it is always learning stays open, light, and free. The morning is the best time to renew that awareness. Yesterday may have brought mistakes, misunderstandings, or disappointments, but the new day does not carry judgment. It carries opportunity. Each sunrise whispers that you have not finished growing, that you still have the chance to understand life more deeply. The person who learns each day, no matter how small the lesson, never truly fails. They evolve. Every challenge becomes a teacher in disguise, and every mistake becomes a book full of wisdom written in your own experience. When you tell yourself, I am learning, you release the need to be perfect. Perfection is not the goal of life, progress is. So many people wake up heavy with regret over what they did not do right, or with fear of what they might do wrong. But learning changes the way you see yourself. Instead of judging the past, you study it. Instead of fearing the future, you prepare for it. Learning gives you patience with yourself. It helps you see that even slow steps are still steps forward. Growth is never comfortable, and that is the reason most people resist it. But everything in nature grows through resistance. The seed breaks to become a tree. The body strains to become strong, and the heart stretches to learn love. Pain is not always an enemy. Sometimes it is the pressure that shapes you into who you are meant to become. When you begin your day by saying, I am learning, you stop running from the discomfort that teaches you. You meet it with calm acceptance, knowing it is part of your evolution. Learning also means observing. The world is constantly showing you lessons through people, through silence, through your own reactions. When someone speaks harshly to you, It is not just about their words. It is an invitation to learn patience. When plans fail, it is not just about loss. It is an opportunity to learn adaptability. When success comes, it is not just about pride. It is a reminder to learn humility. Life keeps teaching until the lesson is understood. Awareness is what allows you to see the lesson instead of just the event. Some lessons repeat themselves because we ignore them. You might notice similar challenges appearing in different forms. The same types of people, the same disappointments, the same inner battles. They return not to punish you, but to strengthen your understanding. When you live as a learner, you begin to see these repetitions not as bad luck, but as unfinished teachings. You start to respond differently, and in that shift, you move closer to mastery. A learner's mindset also keeps the heart soft. It allows you to admit, I do not know everything, and that humility opens the door to growth. Arrogance closes the mind, curiosity expands it. When you stop pretending to know, you start truly seeing. Each morning, you can renew that curiosity. Ask yourself, what will I learn today? It might be something about patience, about love, about letting go, or about your own strength. Whatever it is, approach it with gratitude. The mind that learns is the mind that evolves beyond fear. And remember, learning does not only come from success or struggle. It comes from presence. To walk outside and notice the light, to listen without interrupting, to breathe deeply before reacting. These are lessons too. Life is not only about grand achievements, it is about quiet understanding. When you begin your day in this awareness, the world itself becomes your classroom. So each morning, tell yourself gently, I am learning. Let it calm your heart and humble your mind. Because when you live as a learner, you are never stuck, never finished, never defeated. You are always in motion, always growing, always becoming. And that understanding itself is the beginning of wisdom. Every morning as you awaken, there is something you must remember before you step into the day. Not everything is meant to be in your control. The fifth truth to tell yourself each morning is, I let go of what I cannot control. This is not an act of weakness, it is an act of wisdom. Most people spend their energy trying to control things that lie outside their reach. The opinions of others, the flow of time, the weather, the outcome of their efforts. They carry invisible burdens that weigh down their spirit. And then they wonder why peace feels distant. Letting go is not about giving up. It is about freeing your energy from what does not belong to you, so you can focus it on what does. When you wake up, your mind often races ahead into the day, building stories of what might go wrong or what could have been different. These thoughts are subtle traps. They drain the energy that could be used to move forward. The truth is, you cannot rewrite yesterday, and you cannot predict tomorrow. All you can truly shape is your inner state right now. When you learn to accept this, a deep calm arises inside you. You begin to understand that control is not found in holding tighter, but in learning to release. Letting go is an art of awareness. It begins when you recognize the difference between what depends on you and what does not. Your effort, your attitude, your discipline, these are within your hands. But the reactions of others, the pace of outcomes, the decisions of the world, these are not. When you confuse the two, frustration follows. The morning is the perfect time to remind yourself of this boundary. Breathe in, center your thoughts, and softly tell yourself, I let go of what I cannot control. It is a simple sentence, yet it carries immense strength. It allows you to walk into the day with lightness instead of tension. When you learn to let go, you are not abandoning responsibility. You are practicing trust. Trust in your own effort. Trust in the flow of life. Trust that what is meant for you will not miss you. So many moments of suffering come not from what happens, but from the mind's refusal to accept it. Resistance tightens the heart. Acceptance softens it. The river does not struggle to reach the ocean, it simply flows. In the same way, when you let go, life finds its natural direction through you. Holding on often feels safer because it gives an illusion of control. But the more you hold on to what you cannot change, the more you drain your strength. You cannot stop the rain from falling, but you can choose how to walk through it. You cannot make others understand you, but you can remain true to your own clarity. The wisdom of letting go is knowing that peace is not found in changing the world, but in mastering your own response to it. Every time you choose release over resistance, you rise above the noise of circumstance. To let go also means to forgive, not only others, but yourself. Carrying guilt or resentment is another form of control, an attempt to rewrite what has already happened. But the past does not need to be perfect for you to move forward. It only needs to be understood. Forgiveness is the key that unlocks that understanding. When you wake in the morning and say, "I let go," it includes every regret, every worry, every thought that no longer serves your growth. It is a cleansing of the mind, a renewal of the heart. As you go through the day, life will keep presenting moments that test your ability to let go. A delayed plan, a harsh word, an unexpected outcome. In those moments, remember this truth: the more you fight against reality, the more you suffer. But when you accept what is and respond with calm awareness, you become unshakable. Letting go is not losing control, it is gaining freedom. It allows your energy to return to what truly matters: your purpose, your learning, your peace. So tomorrow morning, when you rise and breathe in the quiet of a new day, remind yourself once again, "I let go of what I cannot control." Feel the weight lift from your chest as you speak it. Carry that freedom into every action, every word, and every thought. Because when you learn to release what is beyond your reach, you make space for calmness to enter, and in that calmness, life unfolds with grace. Each morning when the sun rises and the world begins to move again, there is one truth that must live quietly within you. Speak kindness to yourself before you speak to anyone else. The way you speak to your own mind shapes how you face the day. Many people wake up already in battle. A battle with their thoughts, their reflection, their memories, their own heart. They carry the voice of doubt from yesterday into today, and it becomes the first sound they hear within. But when you begin your morning with gentle words toward yourself, you change the vibration of your entire being. You teach the mind that it is safe, that it is enough, that it can grow without fear. Kindness to yourself is not weakness, it is the foundation of strength. You cannot pour peace into the world if your own cup is empty. You cannot give light to others if you are standing in your own shadow. The words you tell yourself in the quiet of the morning are the seeds of your inner garden. If those seeds are words of judgment, guilt, or comparison, then you will walk through the day carrying weeds. But if those seeds are words of compassion and encouragement, you will move through the day in bloom. Most of us are taught to be kind to others, but rarely are we taught to be kind to ourselves. Yet self-kindness is not selfish, it is clarity. When your inner voice is gentle, your outer actions follow the same rhythm. You listen more deeply, you react with more patience, and you move with more awareness. The person who speaks harshly to themselves often speaks harshly to others without realizing it, because what lives inside will always echo outside. Each morning gives you the chance to reprogram the mind's dialogue. The old patterns of criticism do not have to continue. You can start again by saying simple truths: I am enough. I am doing my best. I deserve peace. Speak these words not as empty affirmations, but as conscious reminders. The mind will resist at first because it is used to the language of doubt. But with repetition, these gentle words become part of your reality. What you say internally becomes what you see externally. Self-kindness also means giving yourself permission to be human. You will make mistakes, you will have days when energy is low, and you will face moments when nothing seems to work. Being kind to yourself means not letting those moments define you. It means looking at yourself with the same patience you would offer a friend. Growth is not a straight line. Some days you bloom, and some days you rest. Both are part of the process. Expand key point no 7 in 700 words, according to prompt without any heading, and flow speech naturally according to overall key points, and add only necessary ending line. Every morning begins as a blank page, a quiet chance to write a new chapter of your life. The seventh truth to remind yourself is, begin each day with gratitude, for it transforms ordinary moments into silent blessings. Gratitude is not just a polite word. It is a deep awareness that life itself is a rare privilege. Before the noise of the world enters your thoughts, before the plans and pressures of the day begin, take a breath and notice what is already here. The beating of your heart, the air moving through your lungs, the light filtering through your window. These are not small things. They are the quiet miracles that form the foundation of your existence. When you begin your day with gratitude, you immediately shift your focus from what is missing to what is present. The human mind often wakes up with restlessness, thinking of what needs to be done, what went wrong yesterday, or what might not go right today. Gratitude interrupts that pattern. It brings the mind back to the moment, to the simplicity of now. And in that stillness, peace begins to rise. Gratitude does not change your circumstances instantly, but it changes the way you see them, and that vision changes everything. The practice of gratitude is not limited to the good days. It is most powerful on the difficult ones. When life challenges you, gratitude becomes your anchor. It reminds you that even within pain, there are gifts. The lesson of patience, the strength of endurance, the awareness of what truly matters. When you say thank you even in hardship, you reclaim your power from the situation. You stop being a victim of circumstances and become a student of life. The grateful heart sees meaning where the ungrateful heart sees only struggle. Each morning, when you open your eyes, remember that not everyone received the same gift. Many dreams ended before this sunrise, but yours continued. That awareness alone should fill you with humility. You have been given more time to learn, to love, to grow, to experience. When you carry that sense of blessing into your morning, everything you touch becomes lighter. The small irritations of the day lose their power. The mind that begins in gratitude cannot easily be disturbed, because it already holds peace within. Gratitude is also a way of connecting with the present. The mind constantly travels. It revisits the past or worries about the future. But gratitude exists only in the now. You cannot be thankful for something that does not yet exist. You can only be thankful for what is here. This awareness grounds you, calms the restless mind, and reminds you that this moment is enough. Even when the day ahead feels uncertain, gratitude gives you balance. It whispers, whatever happens, I still have reasons to smile. The practice of beginning with gratitude does not need grand gestures. It can be as simple as sitting for a moment and acknowledging 3 things you are thankful for. It could be your health, your breath, a loved one, or even the lessons that shaped you. The point is not the size of the blessing, but the awareness of it. The more you practice this, the more naturally it flows through your thoughts. Gratitude becomes not an effort but a state of being. It starts to color everything you see, the faces you meet, the food you eat, the path you walk. Gratitude also transforms relationships. When you appreciate the people around you, you start to see them beyond their flaws. You speak with more patience, you listen with more warmth, and you love with more depth. Gratitude opens the heart, and a heart that is open cannot hold resentment. It replaces comparison with contentment, and expectation with appreciation. You realize that nothing is owed to you, yet everything is given. That realization is the beginning of inner peace. Each morning, when you stand before the day, you have a choice: to start in complaint or to start in appreciation. Complaint makes the mind heavy, but gratitude makes it light. Gratitude makes you see abundance even in simplicity. You stop waiting for happiness to appear in the future because you start feeling it in the present. This is the quiet strength of a grateful spirit. It transforms the ordinary into sacred, and every day into a gift worth living. So as the light of morning touches your eyes, pause for a moment. Feel your breath, feel your heartbeat, and whisper to yourself, thank you. Let that simple truth flow through your being, carried into your thoughts, your actions, and your words. Because when you begin your day with gratitude, you are already rich, already whole, already at peace. And that peace will follow you through everything the day brings. Every sunrise brings us a quiet reminder that life is both fragile and powerful. The way we speak to ourselves each morning shapes how we live, how we love, and how we walk through the world. When you wake up and remind yourself that you are alive, that your energy is your responsibility, that your steps carry purpose, that every moment is a lesson, that peace is found in letting go, that kindness begins within, and that gratitude transforms everything, you do not just start a day, you awaken a deeper way of living. These are not just words to repeat but truths to embody. Each morning is a new beginning, an opportunity to align your mind, heart, and spirit with the rhythm of awareness. When you live this way, no challenge can break your peace, no setback can dim your purpose, and no moment is wasted. You begin to see that every breath, every sunrise, every step is part of a greater unfolding, one that leads you closer to balance, strength, and clarity. So as you move forward, carry these truths like gentle companions by your side. Let them guide your thoughts, steady your heart, and shape the light you bring into the world. Every day is another chance to rise a little higher, to live a little wiser, and to love a little deeper. May your mornings be calm, your steps be strong, and your spirit stay grounded in gratitude. I wish you peace, awareness, and strength in every new beginning. Good luck on your journey, and thank you for walking this path with presence and purpose.